I kind of, where I'm at with it, my personal opinion is that it's both. I would say most of the responsibility is the guy who beat him up. Clearly, it's his fist, right? It's his fault. His fist, his fault, right? But I think that Milo Yiannopoulos would also share in the responsibility there.
Ow.
And like people back then were just stupid about that sort of thing, and they could be easily whipped up by like white supremacists and stuff like that. We are just as naive and easily manipulated now.
I think I lost a tooth. I'm sorry. We're talking about white nationalism now?
And like people back then were just stupid about that sort of thing, and they could be easily whipped up by like white supremacists and stuff like that. We are just as naive and easily manipulated now by people who are willing to give us the cultural permission to do horrible acts. It happens every day in this world. It is human nature, and the more you know about that, the more you're able to fight back against it.
Oh, my bad. White supremacy. A cutout where she shows for a documentary called Freedom Riders. In all honesty, I haven't watched it. It looked boring and I didn't want to. And that's her argument. Free speech is bad because it can lead to bad ideas and violence. The big problem here is we seem to have a fundamental disagreement about the value of self-responsibility. I will state unequivocally that a person is responsible for their own actions provided they are capable of cognizant thought. As I stated many times, words have power, but only as much power as we give them. We all have the power to speak and engage in discourse as we see fit. We also have the power to step away and disengage from that very discourse. Words are powerful and can change lives, but we have to be open to the ideas of those words. For example, you could take the most brilliant orator on the subject of, say, evolution, someone who knows their science inside and out, and is able to break down the concept into a level that even a child can learn it and understand it. If you take that person and throw them against, say, the most ardent of creationists, it will be like hitting a brick wall. They'll be steadfast and firm in their belief. An immovable object versus an unstoppable force. So what do I mean with all this? I personally try to be open to all ideas. Good or bad, proven or not, I try to be able and willing to measure and weigh ideas, thoughts, and concepts as they are. I know I don't always succeed. Some people even say that I fail more often than not. But that's me. And I feel that this is something that is good for everyone. Free speech itself is a two-way street. In order for an idea to spread, it has to be shared with another. And that other person has to be willing to listen. However, if you limit free speech, or even try to take it away, then those ideas that are shared, that you ignore, fester, shut out from sight, they might grow at a smaller rate than if they were discussed in the open, but the believers of those ideas will be less receptive and more zealous in their belief than if it could be discussed in the open. I'll say it again. When you say that a subject is not open for debate, you are going to create more true believers than if you had left the conversation open to discussion. Free speech is dirty, and the mud we fling in the name of open discourse gets everywhere. But I honestly believe that is what's truly for the best. Ideas are measured and weighed, dissected and reassembled, and hopefully, through the ever ongoing process, we can reaffirm, or determine the best course of action to follow for the betterment of all mankind. Maybe it's the romantic in me, but I like that idea and the hope that it brings. Thank you for listening. This has been Thomas Wade, aka New Fate 26. Feel free to leave any comments below telling me how much I suck and what I can do to improve. Thank you all for having a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. And until next time.